On October the 2nd, we are going to have a new moon in Libra, which is also going to be a solar eclipse, an annular solar eclipse. This will be the last and final eclipse of 2024 for us. So this is like this final push to release something that is really truly not meant to be in your life anymore at this time, something that you've intuitively already known and have been feeling perhaps for quite some time that doesn't belong in your life, or something that you need to move away from in order to move to that next level within yourself, within your life, within your spiritual ascension. So this new moon is going to kickstart basically a new cycle for us. And this new cycle connects very, very much to balance. It connects to Libra, right? The scales, putting everything on the scale. This is also about justice. This is also about relationships, because the sign of Libra also correlates to relationships. This also connects to bringing things back into harmony within your life. I was receiving a lot of messages and a lot of downloads about needing to talk to the collective about cleansing, how incredibly important physical cleansing is at this time, and how we all need to purge and give our kidneys, give our organs, especially our filter organs, a break, like liver, right? So you may be feeling like this call or this urge to like eat cleaner and take better care of your body, exercise more, spend more time just reflecting and allowing information to come through about what your body needs at this time, what your body is actually craving at this time. So there's a lot going on. There's a very intense energy that is attached to this eclipse because we are in eclipse season. There are 4 eclipses every year, and they typically occur every spring and every fall. And so these eclipses are always about release. They're always about letting go. It's always about beginning new cycles and ending previous cycles. So this final eclipse is, like I said, a final push to let something go, or someone, some kind of a habit. This could be a mindset, and this could also be job, work related. This could also be a living location. But because the emphasis is so much on relationships, I feel the entire collective globally has so much to work through still when it comes to relationships. It's like we're coming closer and closer into alignment with bringing relationship harmony back into the collective energy field, because individuals are beginning to now recognize how it is time for them to get out of situationships, relationships that are not conducive to growing, that are not supporting growth, and that are not truly based on a foundation of love. And anything that is not truly foundationally bolstered by love, any relationship or any connection that has a lack of love or has ego, even excessive amounts of ego within it, those relationships are going to continue to crumble. They're going to continue to fall, because more and more of us are craving and desiring to be in truly loving connections. Like heart energy is coming online huge in this month, and has been coming online for quite some time. But there's this sort of emphasis, this push to connect back into your heart space, connect into what love really truly feels like, and what loving yourself really truly feels like. Because when we love ourselves, we are going to naturally and organically choose partners that will also, and not only choose, but attract partners that are also going to mirror back that love to us, right? And so if currently in your external environment, if you are not experiencing that kind of a relationship or that kind of a connection, if you're not seeing love being reflected back to you, then it's an indication that you need to level up your own self-love. It indicates that your mindset, your beliefs, your way of seeing relationships, like your perception, is still not fully aligned with self-love. Like you're not seeing yourself as someone who is truly valuable. You're not seeing what you have to offer another. You're not offering yourself the kind of self-love that you need at this time in order to elevate yourself vibrationally. Because eclipses are always about releasing vibration, releasing energies from our lives that are not love, that are not in alignment with true self-compassion, with true understanding for yourself, right? And a true acceptance of your humanness, right? So where do you need to pivot right now? Where do you need to give to yourself more, pour into yourself more, so that you can elevate your vibration enough to start drawing in those types of relationships? And if that self-love is going to look like releasing someone who isn't mirroring that back to you, mirroring situationships, like I said, and entanglements with people that are not reflecting self-love back to you, not reflecting love back to you in any way, then those relationships need to go. They need to be released. There's also an energy of fairness with the Libra, with the scales, right? Because it represents justice so much. So the scales are about weighing your options. They are about looking at what is lighter. When one end of the scale is down and the other end of the scale is higher, so you're weighing out options. Like the higher one actually is about what feels lighter, what feels more harmonious, more peaceful, more loving, more joyful, just light. And whatever's heavier on this scale, in order for that scale to balance out, that heaviness needs to be released. So take a look at your relationships, get very, very honest with yourself. And first and foremost, take a look at the relationship that you have with yourself, because that's the root. That's where everything begins. The relationship with yourself will determine the relationships you have with other people, because you're going to be exuding a certain vibration, a certain frequency, and that frequency is either connected to love, because that's what you're embodying, that's what you're feeling, that's how you are supporting yourself and taking care of yourself, by really truly loving yourself, having firm boundaries, saying no when you need to say no, saying yes to things, being open, being receptive, right? All of these energies are here and at play so that you can tap into it, so that you can connect to that and make that your foundation, so that you can really shift your vibration, shift the energy of who you are on a soul level, so that you can move into the new year, because I'm hearing 2025 is going to be important, so that you can move into the new year with that new version of yourself, that vibrationally upgraded version of yourself already now. So this isn't about waiting and then saying, okay, well, I'm going to start that exercise routine, or I'll start that detox, or I'll start eating cleaner or whatever come January 1st. That'll already be too late. This eclipse is saying do it now. So this final eclipse of 2024 is saying don't wait, do it now. Because you need to get into a certain alignment, you need to get into a certain vibration before 2025 rolls around. And I'm hearing that's if you want to truly take advantage of all of the opportunities, of all the different things that are going to be coming in for you in 2025, you got to do like a little bit of legwork, I'm hearing. So there's like a little more work left that you need to move through, that you need to clear out, some lessons, some karmic relationships. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about, is karmic connections. There are certain karmic cycles that we're ending now, the contracts just have expired, I'm hearing. So certain things that are now done, and you need to pull yourself out a bit. See, it's all about waking up from the illusion, right? It's all about busting out of the matrix. The way that we elevate ourselves out of the matrix is by really truly embodying love within ourselves. It's about connecting to foundationally who you are, having a significantly deeper connection with yourself, understanding yourself, who you are, what you're here for, how you are meant to support others. When you tap into that and you really start to focus on that and pull your energy back in towards yourself, that's when you can start to end karmic cycles, karmic relationships, karmic contracts. That's when these things can conclude and be released. And I'm seeing like a contract being ripped up. So it's like as soon as that contract is ripped up between two people, or it could be anything. It could be like an addiction, a bad habit, anything, right? As soon as you rip up that contract, that's the moment that happens as a result of ego death. So when you transcend your own ego, when you step out of it, and the matrix is 100% built on constantly triggering the ego and constantly activating it and keeping it alive within all of us through social media, through so many different ways, right? But when you can transcend that, rise above it vibrationally, you are able to completely step out of that realm of living in survival mode, of living in fear, of living in, I'm hearing like the day-to-day hustle. It's like you're just going to elevate out of that. So there's this significance on, again, this justice, like bringing things back into harmony, bringing things back into balance, bringing justice and peace into your life once again. And this justice too comes from certain contracts ending. So there's a certain period of suffering, there's a certain period of hardship, of difficulty that you have had to move through in order to get to where you are today, in order for you to start seeing your worth more, in order for you to understand that you deserve better, in order for you to see more clearly how something or someone was holding you back, how something or someone was taking your power, but I'm also hearing that you willingly also gave your power to. So when you are submissive to another, when you just allow somebody else to control you or allow their behavior to control your emotions, you are still in that survival mode. You are still in that karmic cycle with that person or with that thing. But when you can transcend and step out of that and rise above that, that's when you can truly move into a higher frequency. And that's when you can jump timelines and quantum leap into a brand new life. And it's very, very important that you stay open and you don't try to formulate or you don't try to know or dig too deeply into what that's going to look like for you. I'm hearing stay open and stay flexible. So this is not a time for control. This new moon is asking you to release control actually and just allow love to guide, but I'm also hearing to stay in the present moment. Ground into the present moment. Allow this eclipse to just move its energy through you, to detox you, to release whatever emotions, stuck emotions, whatever mentality stuck or limited way of thinking or perceiving that you have been bound to. I'm seeing like ball and chain kind of bound to karmically, energetically, historically, through lineage, through ancestors. I'm seeing whatever you have been bound to karmically can now be balanced, can now come back into harmony, but you have to be able to see it. You have to be conscious of it. So take a look at any patterns, any family patterns specifically that you may be playing out, that your parents already played out, and perhaps their parents played out, and their parents and their parents, and moving back. So this is about clearing karma through your lineage, but also clearing karma for yourself. And I feel like several of you that are tapping into this video, that have found this video, that have come across it, are generational karma breakers. And so you are basically chosen within your lineage to be that individual who breaks the cycle, to bring justice back into the family line, into the lineage, to bring justice for your ancestors. And I'm seeing that they're just so proud. Like I'm seeing a bunch of proud ancestors that are standing by and they're just like rooting for you. And they're like, you got this, you can do this. Please break this cycle. Please break this like curse I'm hearing that has been placed upon our family so that we can step out of this endless loop of suffering, this endless loop of survival. Wow. And it's like so tied into the matrix. So this is what we're breaking out of collectively. Many of us at this time and during this eclipse are literally just like dropping those balls and chains, dropping the baggage and releasing those karmic patterns, those habits, those people, those situations that we have kept ourselves looping with, that have been holding us back in some kind of way because we didn't see our worth. Wow. And I just got like big earring on that one. Because we haven't been able to see our worth, because you haven't been able to see your actual value because of this programming that has been looping, I'm hearing, and seeing in your energy field. But this looping energy is like vibrationally, it's breaking up now. And this eclipse is helping it to break up. I'm also seeing cords. So cords of attachment. And attachment is one of those patterns, those karmic patterns that we have. And it's so funny because I pulled a card right before I sat down to record, and it was the attachment card, and it was upright. So there's definitely attachments that need to be released at this time. Whether it's a person, place, or thing that you're attached to, recognize that it is unhealthy, recognize that it is not serving you, because as long as you are attached to it, attachment always breeds suffering. Attachment keeps you looping in survival. So in order to break that chain, to get off that wheel, that hamster wheel of survival, and move into thriving, move into the vibration of thriving. And then I'm hearing quantum leaping. So the thriving, spirit needs to slow down. Oh my God. So the thriving is connected to the quantum leaping. So there's some type of a quantum leap into thriving that you're going to move into, that will allow you to have a completely new life. It's like a brand new trajectory. And they're saying that you're finally going to get on the path that you have been meant to be on. And now I'm reminded that this eclipse, and all eclipses, by the way, are always about aligning to the path. So it's like when you are on the path that you are meant to be on, and this is for both personally and collectively, for all of us as humanity, when we are on the path that we are meant to be on, and collectively the path for humanity is to ascend into a higher state of love, unconditional love, to ascend into a state of oneness. When we are on the path, this eclipse will bring in rewards. It will bring in different things, unexpected, I'm hearing unexpected things and rewards and gifts from the universe that are going to reward you for putting in the work, because it takes work to be on the path. And when you are not on the path and you're straying and you're off somewhere, and you may be aware consciously of this or not, but when you are not on the path, what happens during an eclipse is, and even between eclipses, like those windows between eclipses. So the last eclipse we had was on September 17, 18. So between that and this October 2nd eclipse, you are going to experience some type of a challenge that is going to force you to change directions to get back on your path. So there's typically tower moments. I'm seeing the tower card right now in tarot. So there's tower moments that take place for those of you that are straying from the path, that are not quite on it. And those tower moments are not to punish you. They're not to, hurt you in any way. They are simply there to show you that you have strayed from your path, that you have strayed from where you're meant to be going, and you're not living your best and highest good. You are not having an experience that is going to elevate you to that new timeline, to that quantum leap into thriving. But for those of you that are on the path, you will be experiencing major victories and major breakthroughs, major triumphs. It's like you're going to get what you deserve, is what I'm hearing. You're going to get what you deserve. Stay very fluid, very flexible, and very open. Keep your heart really, really open, and tap into that heart as much as you possibly can, especially during this eclipse. So next, I think Tuesday, let me take a look here. I think it's next Tuesday. Wednesday. Next Wednesday is the 2nd of October. So, of course, adjust to your time zone, but October 2nd and 3rd, we'll say, is the day of the new moon. And on that day, let me just tap into spirit and see what is like the best and highest good for the viewer. Silence. So I'm being shown to be still. On the day of the eclipse, carve time out, make time to be still. Give yourself that gift to be still, to quiet your mind so that you can hear the truth, so that you can hear, I'm hearing like enlightenment, so you can be enlightened with whatever information needs to come through for you at this time that is going to help you move forward. You're going to get like insight. This is going to be something along the lines of like, okay, this is what you need to let go. And it'll just be a very strong feeling. It's like, okay, this is it. Like this has to go now from your life. If you want to thrive, if you want to pivot and make a change, this is going to need to go from your life. So I'm definitely recommending to meditate, to quiet your mind, get outside in nature, ground yourself, and really tune in to whatever information wants to come in for you on the day of the eclipse, because I think you're going to receive some important messages that are going to give you the guidance you need at this time to move forward. So that is the eclipse message. I'm feeling good with that. I feel like that's a good place to wrap up. So thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. Hit a like on your way out if you resonated with this message, or if you feel like there was something in here for you. Definitely comment below too. I love reading your comments. I love to see how people are experiencing this energy or just the things that they're moving through. And I will definitely see you in the next video. So take care of yourselves. Have a blessed and beautiful, wonderful weekend. Take care.